Right, good afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Hope you're all doing well wherever you happen to be in the world. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video to get me out to a wider audience, and any comments or questions you may have, please feel free to leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to have a little look at DRIP now, because supposedly there's going to be a big announcement tomorrow, according to the DRIP and Forex Shark Twitter feed. I'll start off with the cryptocurrency market just so we can get a feel of how things are doing and how DRIP is comparing to that. We've got a market cap of $1.15 trillion, which represents a decrease of 2.58% over the last 24 hours. Got a 24-hour trading volume of $66 billion, with Bitcoin dominance coming down slightly to 45.9%. Bitcoin trading at $27,400, up 10% on the week. It's given a few of its gains back, same as Ethereum. The only thing of interest I did note, other than XRP having a great week, is that Solana has snuck into the top 10, displacing BUSD, and could potentially flip Doge and Polygon in the coming weeks. I think that they've got over their, what would you describe it as, debacle with FTX. And yeah, onwards and upwards for Solana. That's for another time. Biggest risers, I'll just go through this very quickly. Over the last 24 hours, Litecoin's up 11% because they're doing the halving on the 23rd of August this year, so people are getting in on anticipation of a decent price increase after that. Looking at Drip Network, so it's currently trading at 48 cents on CoinMarketCap. I know it's higher than that on the app. There's a slight disparity between the two. So it's up 15.4% against the US dollar and up 19.17% against Bitcoin. So it's outperforming Bitcoin by nearly 20% today. So, you know, nothing I can really say about that. That's, you know, decent. My drip faucet is up quite a bit today. Sentiment. Drip's failure will soon be complete. It's just it's Marmite. You love it or hate it. Me, I'm like open-minded. I'm invested in it. I've been critical of it in the past. I will continue to call out things I'm not sure about, but you know, it's performed well over the last few days. I can't confirm any of these details regarding market cap and circulating supply because it's not been confirmed by CoinMarketCap, so they're just arbitrary numbers basically. What else do I need to look at? So on the Drip Twitter feed, we will be doing a major Drip update on Friday at 4 p.m. EST in the main Drip group voice chat. So that's on Telegram. So if you're on Telegram, you can go on there and listen to what the Shark's got to say. Will it be more of the same? Will there be some actual official announcements or launch dates? I'm not sure. I'll cover that more shortly. What I want to do quickly is show you my faucet to show you how I'm looking. So it's currently trading at 57 cents on the actual app. Sorry if you can hear my dog snoring. She's fast asleep in the background. She's a beautiful thing, but not the most glamorous pug in the world when she's asleep. She snores like, I can't even describe it. It's horrendous. So as for my faucet, I do apologise, my computer's been very slow today. So it's not time to compound yet. I'll be doing that later on today. I've got 34 ready to go in. As you can see, I've got no team. This is all done off my own back. I've got 4,473 drip, currently worth just over 2,500 USDT. So Luna, please, you must be able to hear that dog. That's horrendous. So my faucet is looking a little bit better. And let's move on to the chart. Where is my... Right, Drip on the daily. Now, this tweet went out on... Let me just check when he tweeted this. Not yesterday. So, 19 hours ago. So, on the 23rd, there was the announcement. There was already a little bit of a push to the upside the prior day. Let me just get this in so I can see the lows and see if there's anything interesting going on. There was definite resistance at 0.038. We'll call it 4.8 because that would be what's actually on the app. Definite resistance there. It broke down. It's formed support just above that, around the 40 cents level, and we're pushing up. We've got a lovely outside bar there, expansion bar if you want to call it that, and another one there. No wick on it. It's just pushing up. Can it push through the 50 cents, which I know this is confusing. It'll probably be the 60 cents on the actual app potentially, but we are above the 50 period moving average on the daily, and we've got resistance there at the 100 MA because that is sloping downwards, whereas the 50 is sloping off and flattening off. So things are looking slightly more bullish on the daily, on the 4 hourly. Let me expand that slightly. Let me close that so we get a clearer view. It looks quite decent on the 4 hourly. We've pushed through the daily, the 4 hourly 50 and the 4 hourly 100 like they're not there. They've crossed back there. Looking like the 50 is going to go back above the 100, which is bullish. I've got positive momentum on the MACD. There has been a bullish divergence in play for some time now. If you look at from about here, we were making lower lows, but all the while we're making lower lows, the MACD line and signal line have been pushing up. So everything's looking decent. We're making higher highs, higher lows, everything across the board. It looks like we're going to make another higher high on this H4 bar. Go down to the daily, hourly rather, more of the same. Consolidating slightly more at this level. Because there is resistance ahead, and perhaps people are, historically people have, it's been a case of buy the rumor, sell the news. Like people have, the shark has said, oh, this is coming, that's coming, and people have thought, right, I'm buying this up. But maybe people have been like, well, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to sell it when it gets to a certain level. That's just potential. I'm not entirely sure. It's just pure speculation. No one knows. There is a bit of bearish divergence across these highs when you see this. The MAS, the signal line and MACD line have crossed. We've gone to negative momentum. Plus the signal and MACD line are lower. There's a disparity between this high and this high here. With the sentiment being quite high at the moment, which I can't deny, I'm going to go along with it. People are a lot more bullish on drip than they have been of late. I'm not fully convinced. Let me give you my thoughts on things. So he's going to be doing this voice chat at 4 o'clock US time. I don't know what time that will be in the UK. I imagine there'll be a myriad of drip YouTubers live streaming the event and lapping up every single word, which is entirely up to them. I've no issue with that. People believe in the project and they should promote it. Me, I'm slightly more open-minded. I want the project to succeed, but I believe we've been let down in the past by the developer. I've stated that he needs to stop promising things and then not delivering them. And I use the expression, the smallest good deed is greater than the biggest intention. In other words, like, it's better to actually do something rather than say you're going to do something, because it sort of leads to distrust in that he's promised. I'll go through the list of things that have been in the pipeline for a year now, some less, like Drip Drop Draw's a new one. That's been supposedly coming in March. We're still in March. We've got about a week left in this month, so there's still time for that. I've not heard much mention of Scratchies, but that was supposedly the next biggest thing in DeFi, and that's been spoken about for must be more than a year by now, and that's not come to fruition. Same with the fiat on and off ramp. That's been talked about for a year now. The new UI, what significance that will have, I'm not entirely sure, but that's been spoken about for a year now, and it's never actually happened. I believe its focus is primarily on the animal farm, which itself has had some things that I'm not entirely pleased with. I locked up funds in the piggy bank for a year, and I've seen my, the TVL or my TVL just the value just go down and down and down. So that will be unlocked in, I believe it's about a month or so, month and a half. I'll be able to unlock that. And I'll be completely open and honest. What I will do with that money is I will probably just put it into drip. I'll cash it out as and when I can, when it unlocks, and try to get my faucet to max payout as soon as possible. Because at the moment, I believe my wallet maxes out on the 7th of October. Regardless of price or whatnot, I've been in this for a year, and I'm stubborn enough to, I want to get to a max wallet just for the sake of it now, regardless of price. I just want to see this through to the end. That's just the sort of person I am. And it's money I'm prepared to lose. I've only stuck like a couple of grand into it. So I'm up about $500 at the moment, which isn't brilliant for a year's worth of investing, but it's more than you get in a bank. You can't really argue with that. So I'm going off track. So we've had these things promised, the fiat on and off ramp, the Scratchies, which doesn't seem to be spoken about so much now, Drip Drop Draw, and the new UI. All this stuff's been spoken about, but nothing's actually happened. It's just been promised. Now, the shark's due to speak tomorrow, as per my prior statements. I'm repeating myself now. It will be live streamed by various people. My hope is, and it's a forlorn hope. Maybe I don't know if it will happen. My hope is that he will say, what's the expression? I'm pushing the button tomorrow. This is going live. Everything's ready to go. Tomorrow, like once I get off this live, I'm turning it on, and you're going to have a new UI. You're going to have all this utility. It's good to go. My fear is that he's going to come on and do a lot more promise this. This is in development. I've had to sack this developer because of that reason. Excuse me. It might not be like that. He might actually have stuff ready. Like, let's go back to the tweet. He's actually said we will be doing a major drip update at 4 p.m. EST in the main group chat. So is that an update as in an update to the drip site itself and the utility? Or is that an update of more promises, if you know what I mean, saying that this is coming and that's coming? My hope is that it's the former, that he's actually going to do something. Because the longer he goes on promising that he's going to do this and he's going to do that, without actually delivering, the more distrust that will come into the community, or the drip community and investors. It's likely to scare people off almost. And also, one thing I was thinking of, this is me with my completely negative hat on, is once this utility does come through, if it does actually come through and developments are pushed through to the app and price does react, say we see like a $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 drip in the next 6 months, my concern or thought is that will people actually be taking advantage of these new utilities like Drip Drop Draw and Scratchy, or will they just be wanting to take profits? Because you've got to bear in mind there will be people that got involved in a drip when it was like, was it $180 it went to, that will have bought in then, and they'll be massively underwater now. So that if they've been compounding and it goes to $3, $4, $5, I'm just pulling arbitrary numbers out of the sky, will people just start cashing out? Because I watch videos from other YouTubers, and like I've said before, I'm not going to criticise or slag anyone off or say anything bad about any other YouTubers, because I'm raising my children. I'm going to make a video about my children one day and the reasonings behind why I do YouTube and why I'm in crypto in another video. But I raise my children to behave in a manner that I'd like them to behave, and yeah, that involves not being overly critical of other people. So I've stopped doing that myself, just to mention it again. So people in other videos are talking about there'll be so much buy pressure because of this utility. My concern is that there will be people that will be wanting to sell as well on the flip side, because they're going to be wanting to get their money back. So it's going to be a fine line between people buying drip up and selling drip, if you understand what I'm saying. It's a bit of a paradox. Who's going to be, are there going to be more buyers or more sellers in the market? It's a tricky one. And hopefully the shark has taken all that into consideration, and that the utility will roll out will have a positive effect on the project, and that all the people that are invested in it will do well out of it, myself included. I've got no reason for wanting this project to fail. I want it to do well, obviously, because I'm an investor, as I'm sure most of you people watching are. So I think I'll wrap it up for there, because it's 10 to 3 and I need to go and pick up my oldest child from school shortly. So let's wait and see what happens tomorrow. One can only speculate as to what's going to happen. It's either going to be something's ready to go, and that's what I hope it is. He said, I'm going to launch this when I finish the live chat. I just hope it's not going to be, this is coming, I've got this great idea, and then we're just left, in limbo again and nothing's happened. So fingers crossed for tomorrow. I'm just going to keep an open mind, hope for the best. So yeah, I wish you all a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video. Help me to grow the channel a little bit. Any comments or questions, even price predictions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, once again, thanks for watching and bye for now.